What's going on, guys? We're back. We got I found a whole bunch of different clips, a handful of trench footage, and then some gnarly drone encounters, if you will. So I want to show you guys this. I found it all on X. Beforehand, do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Also, if you're not in the Discord, make sure you are. Link is in the description below. We have our uncensored content there in an archive, all the gross, nasty shit for our members. We have a bunch of other channels on that Discord server as well, like mental health, gaming, movies, Ukraine news, other Azov soldiers are there, recruiters, all that shit. So ideally, would love to make it like kind of the foreign fighter hub, if you will, where foreign fighters can go, ask questions, figure out what units they want to go to, shit like that. So go check it out. Also, the application for the unit that I'm in, Azov's International Battalion, will be in the description below as well. Let's watch this shit. I remember this time. Shrink myself. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? A little context here. Ukrainian soldier told... Oh yeah, this is Azov. In the Kremina forest. We saw this full video a long time ago, but still really cool.
Двері відкриваються тільки в одну сторону, нахуй.
Yeah, damn. Good hit.
Тихо не чує. Прийом. Передаю. Граната, назад.
Він там справа був, братан.
Граната!
Яка граната?
You could see the professionalism and the skill level of these soldiers, and you can compare it to the skill level of other trench assaults that we've seen. It's kind of night and day, right? I mean, these guys are fucking solid.
Граната!
Блять.
Браво, 3. Браво, як
Сібись назад.
That's cool, man. I wanted to show that, well, for a couple reasons. For one, to see the professionalism, the skill level, but also just to show how gnarly trench fighting is, dude. Yeah, this part.
Граната, назад.
So it's just, I don't know, it's crazy. Alright, here's another one. International Legion Ghost Unit. Warning, intense combat video in action, blah, 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 blah. International Legion.
Go with me, come the box, follow me.
I've never heard of Ghost Unit, but I wanted to show that because I was the International Legion, and the I say a lot of shit about the Legion, right? Because I was in the Legion and wasn't the best experience. Excuse me. Obviously, there's some decent teams out there. What I would imagine is this is Legion Gur, GUR, which is like the smaller teams of higher speed soldiers in the Legion. And then there's what I was in, which is the International Legion, basically just big infantry battalions, 1st through 6th Battalion, and well, technically 1st and 2nd are really the main infantry battalions. But these guys are clearly decent, and it's just fun to watch machine gunners work. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, yeah, so this is from the Russian trench line, which I thought was interesting. We don't get the perspective of Russians very often, but this is VDV. At least in the caption it says that it's VDV, which is supposed to be like some of Russia's best infantry soldiers. And look how they're fighting. Tell me what you think. AK-12s. So far, pretty standard, right? So that guy was at least shooting in the general direction, like the trajectory of the rounds would at least be going straight. Now look at this guy right here. Watch. He's just gonna mortar some 5.45 by 39 rounds, and then some high angle fire here, and then look at his buddy. What the fuck? He's like, my bad, dude. Again, some high angle action here. To me, it's just it screams unprofessional. Like they're just shooting to make noise and waste ammo. There's except for the guy that's behind us right now, and none of them are shooting in the direction. This guy was at the very beginning when he was doing the Somali aim over the berm. This guy. Kind of. You could tell it's still angled pretty high, but maybe they're shooting at a hill. Maybe there's a hill over there, and that's where the enemy is. But pretty silly looking. Okay, FPV takes down Russian Mi-8 helicopter. Somebody asked in the comments in one of the last videos, was like, "What's up with all the air power on either side of the conflict? Why don't we see more dogfights and helicopters and stuff like that?" And while Russia does use fighter jets, so does Ukraine. Russia uses them more often. Usually they'll launch these glide bombs like cabs and fabs, and they're glide bombs, so you can launch from far away and they'll just glide for a long distance, so they don't have to get into too deep in enemy airspace, because enemy airspace in this conflict is a death zone between anti-air weapons, missiles, drones, and this is going to be a good example of what I'm talking about. '59th Separate Assault Brigade. Oh, great hit. Yeah, you're not surviving that one. multi-million-dollar aircraft taken down by like a $300 to $500 FPV. Fucking crazy. All right, here is another example of up close and personal drone warfare. Why it's so hard to have any vehicles running logistics, running supply, having any vehicles near the front. This is why. I literally think, oh shit. Literally think you could see the FPV like skeleton, the frame fly up over right here.
Сука! 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 Блядь! Нога, блядь! Братан, привет, хуй, не могу, блядь, больно! Я понимаю, да?
So what I would imagine is that guy caught on fire. He probably took a bunch of shrapnel too. I mean, that FPV landed right behind him. Watch, you can see it right here. Right? And it's just like a fucking demon straight at him. And he probably protected the driver by eating most of that shrapnel. Another FPV attack. These guys were lucky enough to get out. This is the inevitable future of any vehicle coming near the front right here. These guys, like I said, were lucky enough to get out. That's crazy. So often any vehicles are one-way trips because by the time you get halfway there, or even if you're lucky enough to make it all the way there, you're not going to make it back with that vehicle. So you get as far as you can before you get FPV'd to fuck, and then you go on foot to the position from there. But just another perfect example of why logistics are a nightmare in this war. And also, if you cannot get vehicles near a position, you have no real viable CASEVAC options. The CASEVACs have to nowadays in the current climate is all on foot. So you have to do the majority of your medical interventions in the field and try to stabilize that person, because it's going to take a long ass time to drag them all the way out. And that's if you've got a bunch of guys that are in good shape and not wounded and capable of doing that. If you've got a couple of other wounded guys, you're going to be stuck out there for a few days. So if your casualties are not stable, they're just going to die. I've seen it multiple times. All right, what do we got here? Oh, yeah. So this was just, I just wanted to shout out Russia real quick for just being straight up scumbags, dude. Just direct missiles into a city in western Ukraine, in the west, not in the east, past Kyiv, like further, closer towards Poland. Look at what the Russians are doing. Just straight into civilian apartments, infrastructure, office buildings.
Пиздец. Пиздец, просто пиздец.
Just disgusting, dude. I mean, of course, there's been Russia's committed so many war crimes that I'm even tired of saying the words war crimes because it's just redundant and it's pointless because nobody gives a fuck and nothing happens to the Russians besides, the Western countries will shake their finger, like no, don't do that. But hey, it sounds like Trump is getting a little more serious about helping Ukraine and finally kind of understanding that Putin is not his ally. He is not his old friend. He is a piece of shit, scumbag thug. Rush positions. Bakhmut. I don't even remember what this one is. Let's watch. Oh, yeah. This dude looks like he's got like hunting camo on. Let's see that again. What is that? It almost looks like one of those like shirts you can put on that gives you fake tattoos, for like Halloween and shit. What unit is this up here in the top left? Can somebody tell me? They look like foreigners. So, pretty interesting shit, man. I mean, I find a lot of content here, but a lot of it I can't show. Because it'll get us in trouble. So we keep a lot of that stuff, like I said, on our Discord, in the Not Safe for Work and SFW channel for our members, our YouTube paid members. Then there's a couple of channels that we have for our YouTube paid members as an incentive to become a member and support. But if you're not able to or you don't want to, there's plenty of other channels in there that are really useful and are great resources. So check it out. We'll leave it at that, man. I wanted to show just up close and personal why you can't get vehicles anywhere near the front line anymore. Those reasons right there, because those were all Russians getting hit by FPVs, but the same thing's happening to the Ukrainian vehicles. The amount of times we were FPV'd on an infill, luckily we were in armored vehicles, but we're FPV'd every time. Luckily we had good engineers and mechanics that built some nice cages on our vehicles, so they were able to stand up to a couple FPVs before we were able to get out and move on foot. But even then, all those vehicles are gone now. They've all been destroyed. Even if a vehicle has insane amounts of armor, it just will take more drones to take it down. It's not a matter of if it will take out the vehicle, it's just when. Enough drones will take out anything currently in the battlefield. All right, I'll stop. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, check out Discord, link in description, also Azov application, link in description. Love you guys. See you in the next video.